By the EPA, the Ad Council, and this station.
Call now and you too can speak to Tom. 833-852-4866.
That's a reward in and of itself, isn't it? Speaking to Tom. 833-852-4866. But what do we want to speak about? My proposal to raise the voting age to 21. Yeah, I'm serious. Young people don't know the issues that they're voting for. And they don't have a stake in the culture, is what I'm saying. They're not adults. Forget about the fact that they're on their parents' insurance till they're 26. They're all off going to school, going into debt until 26. They have put off all adult responsibilities. So they can't be trusted. Simple as that. I'm basing this on a study that says today's teens are 3 years behind in everything. Some good news, behind in taking up drugs and alcohol. They're behind in taking up sex compared to their counterparts in the 1970s, back when we decided to lower the voting age to 18. And they're also behind 3 years in working for pay. Okay. I'm not alone either. Now, I did not search this before I came up. This idea was mine and mine alone. Raising the voting age to 21. But here, take a look. On the Washington Post, 21 is the right voting age. This is a letter into the letter to the editor. Raise the voting age to 21. We shouldn't lower the voting age. We should raise it. People under 25 shouldn't vote. This article on people under 25, the article on Today in Politics, under 25 should not vote. They're more extremist than me. Raise the voting age. The Orange County Register says raise the voting age. National Review, just to show you this is bipartisan. Washington Post, National Review. The Department of Justice thinks voter IDs are unfair, says the National Review. But they say we should raise the voting age to 21. By and large, 18-year-olds know nothing and shouldn't be voting. That's what the author says. Look, I'm not alone on this. 833-852-4866. I'll take some calls for people between 18 and 21. See if you agree with me. Would you vote to take your voting rights away? Admit it, young people. You're not ready. You don't know the issues. Andrea in Salt Lake City, you're on the Tom Shalhoub Show.
Afternoon, Tom.
Good afternoon.
I normally agree with just about everything you have to say. However, the one issue with raising the voting age is, number one, you've already granted a right that now you seek to take away, and with the government, that's impossible.
Impossible?
Second, just about rolling back rights.
Well, it's hard. I'll admit it's hard. But I think you can do it. We lowered it.
Oh, but you're granting a right to another group. This would be rescinding that right. The other issue that I think that we should take into consideration is then we run the risk of having a whole population that might be earning a decent paycheck now having to pay taxes. They're not able to vote. It's taxation without representation.
Okay, I know we're against that because we all watched Education Rock on Saturday morning. Schoolhouse Rock, right? You know what, though, Andrea? If taxation without representation really is unfair, and you have to give everyone, then you'd have to give 16-year-olds voting rights because they're making $12 an hour babysitting for me now.
That's true, and that issue was brought up and debated during the Scottish independence referendum a few years back. I didn't pay too close attention to how the debate went, but that's certainly a valid point as well. Perhaps we should just prevent people from entering the workforce until they're 18 or have some other life experience that might prepare them for more adult responsibilities.
Yeah. Well, what about my modification? Because I have to admit, it was lowered and the argument for lowering the voting age in 71 was that people were being sent to die in Vietnam, and that does make sense. What about this, though, Andrea? The old military option, you go in the military, you can vote at a younger age. That makes sense to me.
I was enlisted in the military once upon a time, and I have some mixed feelings about it. I think what we're really seeking here is a one fell swoop blanket solution, and there's just going to be too many outliers to any solution for it to be really pleasing to everyone across the board.
Yeah, I think that's true. You can't make all people happy, but I think you could make everybody over 40 happy if you took away the voting rights of people 18 to 21.
Hey,
You'd come pretty close.
I'd probably still feel pretty peachy about it too, Tom. So, and certainly, as I brought up, I think with Matt, who screened my call, it also comes with parenting. Children are just not taking risks. There's helicopter parents seeking to protect them from the horrors and dangers of the world, and so with that, a lot of kids are missing out on experiences. That's why they're falling further behind than their peers from previous generations. But something like the military, you're throwing someone into the deep end, and if they can hack that, then yeah, they ought to be able to vote.
Do you take comfort, though, in the fact that it appears that young people are putting off sex and drugs longer than they have in the past?
I think that's fantastic. I didn't convert to Catholicism until about 2.5 years ago, so my attitudes towards morality have changed, and seeing some sort of result like that where kids are waiting longer to have sex, I think that's a fantastic thing.
Yeah.
Drugs as well.
The young people that say, Andrea, you lived it up and then you converted. Now you're telling me I gotta behave in my younger years too? Thank you for the call, Andrea.